Hey guys, what is up? I'm here with a new video, and I know I have two yo-yos here, but today I'm going to be talking about this yo-yo specifically. If you guys don't know what this yo-yo is yet, then you probably haven't purchased the 2016 mystery box, because the mystery unreleased yo-yo is this yo-yo right here. It is a D10. It is by Yoyofactory, and it is Nate Dailey's signature yo-yo. Uh, the yo-yos will be sold for $50 when they come out, and this yo-yo is pretty exclusive. So I wanted to bring this video out before the yo-yo actually came out, so you guys can at least have a little bit of insight before the yo-yo actually came out. And first, I want to tell you that I'm typically not a big fan of V-shaped yo-yos. They feel pretty uncomfortable in my hands, and I just overall don't like the feel and play that they have. And especially since they tend to have more rim weight than I would prefer to have. But I really like this yo-yo more than most V-shapes. So, but since this yo-yo is unreleased, I went looking around and I couldn't find specs anywhere. So I'm going to be using the shutter for comparison, since I know the specifications for this. And most people have played or owned a shutter, since it's probably the most sold yo-yo for anyone looking to get a good metal that's not super expensive. So maybe just in general too. I don't know. This shutter is super popular, but well, it's a great yo-yo. So jumping into it, right off the bat, I could tell that the shutter feels just a little bit heavier than the D10. The shutter is about 67.8 grams. So I'm guessing this is going to be about 67.4 or so. So it felt just a little lighter. It might just be how the weight placement is, but it feels just a little lighter on the string. And the D10 also has a slightly bigger diameter than the shutter. The shutter's diameter, I think, is 56 millimeters even. So this would probably be about 56.3 or so. Not a big difference. But it also, the D10 is also a little wider than the shutter. The shutter is 44.4. The D10 is around 44.8 or 9. And when it comes to gap width, it also has a larger gap width. The shutter has a 44.75, and the D10 has about 40, not 44.75, 4.75, and the D10 is probably going to have about almost a 5. So this yo-yo has a relatively smooth finish. The finish feels a little similar to the Horizon. One thing that I noticed off the bat too was these rims right here on the inside of the yo-yo. They kind of remind me of the Caribou Lodge Chief. These rings right here, which I thought were fairly interesting. I've never been the biggest guy to use these rims for anything, but they're definitely cool. This yo-yo is a V-shape. It's actually kind of nice because once it gets down to the bearing, let me just do that real quick. When it gets down to the bearing, it has this step off the walls to the response pads, which is kind of nice. So once it does that step, it just fans out to the rims here. So this yo definitely, it has a decent all-around weight, but you can definitely feel the rim weight, and it's very stable. It keeps playing really well. I do enjoy it for horizontal a lot. And this little peg, you could say, in here. It's really I've never seen many that have a round peg. Most of the pegs you see are on curved latch yo-yos, or at least the most popular ones are, and they're usually either like usually flat, or sometimes they have a spike. You could see that on like a Blizzard or a Borealis, or even if you want, you can see those on like the one drop Terrarian with a side effect. So I thought it was interesting to see it be a little more of like a ball in there, or more like a round bump. Finger spins are a little tight on this, since my finger takes up all the space on the inside of the yo-yo in between this bump and the walls going up. So it's a little off. It's kind of like the equivalent of trying to do a finger spin with a Blizzard, since that has a tight area as well. So if you've ever tried a finger spin with the Blizzard, it's gonna feel relatively same. But I mean, if finger spins aren't your thing, then that's not really a problem. This yo-yo actually I find very good just be with finger grinds. With any finger grinds you do in the gap here. Because partially because like the horizon's good for these as well, but with these being angled in and then with the drop, I kind of feel it's almost like it lands especially well with this yo-yo, where it kind of has like it feels like it has feels sort of like a resting place for my finger, and it just sits really well. And it has a good finish for any sort of grind trick, which is nice. So yeah, guys, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Comment down below if if you want any more reviews, or any questions about anything. Obviously, this yo hasn't released yet, so it's kind of hard to fully give a 100% review, considering that I don't have the specs for it. But I'm going to give him best shot. So yeah, and if you want to continue supporting this channel and you want just general more content, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Later.